Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will delve into the escalating drama surrounding Michael Corinthos and his growing suspicions about the mysterious stalker who targeted young Daisy Gilmore, prompting a drastic family relocation and uncovering shocking truths within the Quartermain household. In the heart of Port Charles, where secrets simmer beneath the surface of every grand estate, Michael Corinthos finds himself grappling with a web of unease that traces back to the unsettling incidents involving Daisy Gilmore. As devoted fans know, Daisy's mother, Sasha Corbin, was driven to the edge by a series of eerie events that suggested someone was deliberately tormenting her and gaining unauthorized entry to their living quarters. This fear culminated in Sasha's bold decision to whisk Daisy away to the safety of her parents' home abroad, with none other than the steadfast Jason Morgan facilitating their discreet departure by handing them off to the ever-reliable Robert Scorpio. This move wasn't just a precaution, it was a desperate bid for peace, far from the shadows that seemed to lurk in every corner of the Quartermain mansion. Michael, who had formed a deep, almost paternal bond with the little girl during her time under his roof, felt the sting of separation profoundly. Imagine the heartache of saying goodbye to a child you've come to cherish, especially when you've just secured full custody of your own kids, Wiley and Amelia Corinthos. Yet, this bond only amplified his concerns, as Sasha's chilling accounts of gaslighting zubult manipulations like rearranged belongings and unexplained noise kept replaying in his mind. Even the vigilant Yuri, the mansion's trusted security presence, reported no sightings of intruders, which only deepened the mystery. Michael couldn't shake the notion that this wasn't the work of a random outsider. It had to be someone intimately familiar with the sprawling layout of the Quartermain property. Someone who could navigate its twisting hallways and hidden entrances without raising alarms. Delving deeper into his suspicions, Michael pieced together a troubling puzzle that pointed to an insider with unparalleled access. The Quartermain mansion, with its historic grandeur and modern fortifications, isn't an easy place to breach. Every door from the bustling kitchen where family meals are prepared, to the elegant foyer that welcomes guests, and even the remote stables where horses graze under the watchful eyes of stable hands boasts sturdy locks designed to keep threats at bay. For someone to slip in and out undetected, evading not just human eyes but also the occasional security cameras dotted around the grounds, they would need more than luck. They'd require a key, or at the very least, knowledge of how to bypass the systems. This realization sent chills down Michael's spine as he envisioned the perpetrator's ghostly movements through the dimly lit corridors at night. But the horror didn't stop there. If this individual could access Daisy's space so freely, what was stopping them from targeting the other vulnerable children in the household? Wiley, with his curious toddler energy, and Amelia, still so innocent and trusting, roamed those same halls. Michael imagined worst-case scenarios, a shadowy figure lurking near the nursery, whispering doubts into young minds, or worse, attempting to spirit them away under the cover of darkness. The thought was unbearable, stirring a protective instinct that harkened back to his own turbulent childhood amid the Corinthos family's endless feuds. He recalled past threats to the family, like the time rival mob elements had infiltrated their world, and wondered if history was repeating itself in a more personal, insidious form. This wasn't just about Daisy anymore. It was a potential danger to his entire family unit, prompting him to reassess every relationship and alliance in his life. As the weight of these revelations settled in, Michael shifted from quiet contemplation to decisive action, prioritizing the safety of his children above all else. The reality hit him like a thunderclap during a sleepless night, staring at the moonlit gardens from his window. Perhaps it was time to extend the arrangement where his mother, Carly Spencer, kept Wiley and Amelia under her watchful care a bit longer. After all, the kids hadn't spent much time back at the Quartermain mansion since the custody battles had reshaped their lives. They were more accustomed to the cozy confines of the gatehouse, a place that once symbolized stability, but now felt compromised by unseen risks. Michael pictured their reluctance to leave Carly's warm home, where the air was filled with laughter and the scent of homemade cookies. There, they could bask in the familiar comfort of family routines, playing with their little sister Donna Corinthos, whose bubbly personality lit up every room, and occasionally joining forces with Avery Jerome Corinthos during her visits. These interactions weren't just playtime. They built bonds that helped the children navigate the chaos of their parents' world. For Amelia, slightly older and more aware, it was a chance to mentor her younger siblings in games of make-believe, while Wiley thrived in the energetic hen party atmosphere, as Michael affectionately called it, surrounded by doting aunts and cousins. Extending their stay with Carly wasn't merely convenient. It was a strategic move to shield them from whatever malevolent force had infiltrated the mansion. Michael even considered bolstering Carly's security, perhaps enlisting Jason's expertise to install additional safeguards, ensuring that the children could sleep soundly without the specter of intrusion looming over them. The plot thickened dramatically when Michael's suspicions crystallized into a stunning epiphany, leading him straight to an unexpected culprit. As he mulled over the timeline of even Sasha's reports of moved toys in Daisy's room, the faint scent of unfamiliar perfume lingering in the air, and the way doors seemed to unlock themselves connected the dots to none other than Willow Tate. It made twisted sense. Willow, with her history of emotional turmoil and complicated ties to the family, had the motive and the means. She knew the mansion's intricacies from her time living there, and perhaps she still possessed a spare key from better days. This realization prompted Michael to act swiftly, ordering a complete overhaul of all the locks to prevent any further breaches. The tension peaked when Willow arrived at the mansion once more, her face etched with desperation as she pleaded for reconciliation and access to the children. But Michael's confrontation caught her off guard. He laid out his accusations plainly, detailing how he believed she had been the one gaslighting Sasha and manipulating Daisy's environment to sow fear and discord. Willow's composure shattered in an instant, her eyes widening in shock before crumbling into tears. To Michael's astonishment, she didn't deny it. Instead, she confessed, her voice trembling as she explained her warped rationale. It was all meant to teach Michael and Sasha a lesson about loyalty and the consequences of their choices, perhaps stemming from her lingering resentments over past betrayals in their fractured marriage. She described sneaking in during quiet hours, her heart pounding with a mix of anger and regret, carefully avoiding detection while leaving her subtle marks of chaos. Fortunately, fate had intervened at time Willow had ventured in. Wiley and Amelia were safely ensconced at Carly's, sparing them from her misguided schemes. Yet, this admission only heightened Michael's alarm. He saw the fragility in her breakdown, a sign that her mental state was spiraling further into instability. With Willow's confession hanging in the air like a storm cloud, Michael knew the situation demanded immediate and firm resolution before it escalated into something irreversible. The once stable nurse, now unraveling before his eyes, represented a ticking time bomb in the midst of Port Charles' already volatile dynamics. Michael pondered the broader implications. How had Willow's jealousy festered to this point, drawing from the painful history of their relationship, including the secrets surrounding her health battles and family revelations? He couldn't risk her deteriorating further, potentially endangering not just Daisy but everyone connected to the Corinthos clan. Options raced through his mind, seeking professional help for Willow, involving authorities like the PCPD to document the stalking, or even pushing for a restraining order to create necessary distance. As spoilers hint, this confrontation could ripple outward, affecting alliances and drawing in figures like Nina Reeves or Drew Kane, who might offer their own perspectives on Willow's fragile psyche. For now, Michael's priority is clear: protect his family at all costs, ensuring that the shadows of suspicion give way to the light of security and healing. Next, we will explore the buzzing speculation surrounding Brian Craig's potential comeback as the unforgettable Morgan Corinthos, sparked by his bold social media moves that have fans and insiders alike on the edge of their seats. In the ever-evolving world of Port Charles, where dramatic resurrections and surprise returns are as common as family feuds, actor Brian Craig has ignited a firestorm of excitement with a cryptic yet pointed tweet on X, formerly known as Twitter. Early on the morning of Monday, August 4th, Craig took to the platform to express his gratitude while subtly shifting the spotlight onto the decision-makers at ABC. His message read something along the lines of a heartfelt thank you to the dedicated General Hospital fans and even the tabloid press for their unwavering support and buzz. But the real kicker came when he directly tagged the ABC network, its casting department, and the soap's executive producer, Frank Valentini, essentially handing them the reins to decide if Morgan Corinthos could make a triumphant return to the canvas. This wasn't just a casual post, it was a calculated nudge, implying that Craig is more than open to reprising his role, but the ultimate call rests with the powers that be. Imagine the behind-the-scenes buzz this must have created producers scrolling through their notifications, weighing the fan fervor against ongoing story arcs. Craig, known for his charismatic portrayal of Sonny Corinthos' hot-headed son, has always maintained a passionate following. And this tweet feels like a bridge between his personal appreciation and a professional plea. To amplify the message, he mirrored the exact sentiment on his Instagram stories, ensuring it reached an even broader audience by tagging the same key players. This cross-platform strategy highlights how social media has become a powerful tool for actors to rally support and influence casting decisions in the modern era of daytime drama. Building on this momentum, Craig has cleverly transformed his online presence into what many are dubbing a full-fledged social media campaign, actively engaging fans in the conversation about Morgan's possible revival. Not content with passive hints, he recently shared a screenshot of a Yahoo article on his Instagram story, spotlighting a fan poll he initiated that asked a straightforward question: do you want Morgan Corinthos back on General Hospital? The results were overwhelming, with a staggering 95% of respondents voting yes, their enthusiasm pouring in through likes, comments, and shares. This poll wasn't just data, it was ammunition, a clear demonstration of the character's enduring popularity years after his dramatic exit. Fans reminisced in the replies about Morgan's fiery personality, his tangled romances, and the emotional void his absence left in the Corinthos family dynamic. Craig's timing was impeccable, posting this right before his more direct call-out to ABC and Valentini, creating a narrative arc that built anticipation like a well-crafted soap episode. Delving into his Instagram history, followers might recall a tantalizing post from this past July, where he uploaded an image simply headlined Morgan Corinthos accompanied by the enigmatic acronym IYKYK if you know. You know? This subtle teaser sent ripples through the GH community, with speculation running wild about hidden clues, perhaps alluding to unfinished storylines or secret negotiations. Was it a nod to Morgan's explosive history with characters like Ava Jerome, whose schemes led to his presumed death in a car bomb? Enthusiasts dissected every pixel, theorizing connections to current plots involving mental health struggles or family legacies, much like how Morgan's bipolar disorder was a pivotal part of his arc. Of course, this isn't Craig's inaugural foray into such teases. He's dropped similar breadcrumbs in the past, keeping the flame of hope alive without overcommitting. A savvy move that keeps both fans and the network intrigued. What makes Craig's approach stand out is its sheer unconventionality in the realm of daytime television, where actors typically let agents and executives handle comebacks behind closed doors. Launching a public campaign like this, complete with polls, screenshots, and direct tags, feels like a bold innovation, blending fan interaction with a gentle prod at the show's brass. It's as if Craig is channeling Morgan's own impulsive spirit, taking matters into his own hands to gauge interest and perhaps sway opinions. Yet, this tactic comes with its own set of questions. Will the GH team view it as an endearing fan-driven initiative? Or might it ruffle feathers amid their packed slate of storylines and other high-profile returns? After all, the soap world is a delicate balance of surprises, and unsolicited campaigns could be seen as overstepping. On the positive side, Craig's relationship with General Hospital remains solid, evidenced by his previous reprises of the role in short, memorable arcs. Just last year around this time, he returned as Morgan's ghostly apparition, appearing to his father Sonny in a heart-wrenching moment on the hospital rooftop, where he intervened to prevent a tragic leap. That cameo not only tugged at viewers' heartstrings, but also reinforced Morgan's spectral influence on Sonny's ongoing battles with guilt and loss. Inventing a new layer to this, perhaps Craig drew inspiration from that ethereal visit, imagining how a full-bodied return could explore unresolved threads. Like Morgan's potential survival in a witness protection twist, or a medical miracle involving experimental treatments. Such elements would add fresh depth, allowing Craig to evolve the character beyond his youthful recklessness into a more mature figure grappling with the aftermath of his death. Even in death, Morgan Corinthos continues to cast a long shadow over Port Charles, his name woven into dialogues and plotlines that underscore his lasting impact on key relationships. Since his fiery demise in 2016 courtesy of that infamous car explosion orchestrated amid mob rivalries, references to Morgan have peppered scenes, serving as emotional touchstones for characters navigating grief and redemption. Sonny, in particular, carries the weight of his son's loss like an anchor, influencing his decisions in everything from business dealings to paternal instincts with his other children. This legacy isn't confined to the Corinthos clan. It's echoed in broader family dynamics, where memories of Morgan's struggles with bipolar disorder highlight themes of mental health awareness that resonate with today's audiences. Lately, Tracy Quartermain has been vocal about Morgan's tragic end, using it as a cautionary tale in her fervent efforts to protect her great-grandson, Giovanni Giopalmieri, from similar perils. Tracy's sharp-tongued warnings, delivered with her signature blend of tough love and aristocratic flair, often draw parallels between Gio's budding musical talents and the impulsive paths that led Morgan astray, perhaps involving risky associations or unchecked ambitions. Inventing a hypothetical extension, one could envision Tracy enlisting allies like Brooke Lynn to mentor Gio, all while invoking Morgan's story as a stark reminder of how quickly promise can turn to peril in their cutthroat world. These mentions keep Morgan's spirit alive, fueling fan theories about doppelgangers or secret survivals that could tie into current arcs, such as the ongoing Quartermain family intrigues or Sonny's turbulent alliances. As ABC General Hospital spoilers continue to tease seismic shifts, the prospect of Morgan's return promises to upend the sleepy yet scheming town of Port Charles in ways that could redefine loyalties and ignite old flames. Picture the chaos: Morgan striding back into the Corinthos mansion, confronting Ava about her role in his death, or clashing with siblings like Christina over inherited family burdens. It would inject high-stakes drama into Sonny's world, perhaps even intersecting with emerging threats like the Pikeman organization or personal crises involving Nina. Fans are advised to keep their eyes glued to the soap and our updates here, as developments could unfold at any moment. Will ABC greenlight this fan-favorite revival? Or will the teases remain just that? The anticipation is palpable, blending nostalgia with the thrill of the unknown. What are your thoughts on Morgan's potential comeback? Next, we will dive into the exciting life update from beloved star Rena Sofer, whose heartfelt farewell to Los Angeles has sparked waves of curiosity among fans about her future on the soap and beyond. In a move that's as bold as any Port Charles plot twist, Rena Sofer, the talented actress who brings the vibrant Lois Chirulo to life on General Hospital, has announced she's bidding adieu to the sun-soaked streets of Los Angeles after decades of calling it home. This revelation came via a touching Instagram post that captured the hearts of her followers, blending nostalgia with a dash of humor. In the video clip she shared, Rena and her husband, Sanford Buxtaver, stood together against a backdrop of palm trees and bustling city vibes, marking the end of an era. As bold text flashed across the screen proclaiming "Goodbye LA." It wouldn't be LA if we weren't interrupted by a leaf blower. The couple exchanged warm glances before chiming in verbally. "By Hollywood," Rena declared with a mix of emotion and resolve, her voice carrying the weight of countless memories forged in the entertainment capital. Sanford, ever the supportive partner, added cheerfully, "Off to New York," hinting at the adventure awaiting them on the East Coast. To lighten the mood, Rena spontaneously burst into song, her melodic voice echoing a sense of closure and excitement. This wasn't just a simple goodbye, it was a cinematic send-off, perhaps inspired by the dramatic flair she's honed through years of soap opera storytelling. Fans couldn't help but draw parallels to Lois's own feisty departures and returns on GH. imagining how such a real-life relocation might infuse fresh energy into her character's Brooklyn-rooted persona. Delving into the heartfelt caption that accompanied the video, Rena poured out her reflections on their nearly 35-year journey in the City of Angels, painting a vivid picture of a life richly lived. She and Sanford, she explained, are embarking on this new chapter together, with the iconic sounds of Billy Joel providing the perfect auditory backdrop to their aspiration-chic heartfelt ballads about new beginnings that resonate with anyone who's chased dreams in a big city. Los Angeles wasn't just a location for them. It was the cradle of their love story, the place where they first crossed paths amid the glamour of Hollywood sets, exchanged vows in a ceremony surrounded by industry friends, and built a family by raising their children amidst the hustle of auditions and red carpets. Rena highlighted her remarkable achievements in the entertainment world, from landing breakout roles that showcased her versatility to forming unbreakable bonds with colleagues who became like family. She gave special shout-outs to her best friend Rena Cabral, whose unwavering support through triumphs and trials felt like a constant in her life, and her brother David Sofer, whose presence added a layer of familial warmth to her LA days. Inventing a touch of whimsy, one could picture Rena reminiscing about late-night script readings with fellow actors or family barbecues in their backyard, where the scent of grilled burgers mingled with the distant hum of traffic, these everyday moments that made LA feel like home despite its chaos. Her words conveyed deep gratitude to the city for shaping her career and personal growth, acknowledging how it propelled her to stardom while challenging her resilience. As the video unfolded, a quintessentially LA interruption stole the show, underscoring the couple's quest for a more serene existence. Right in the midst of their poignant farewell, the unmistakable roar of a leaf blower cut through the air, prompting laughter from Rena and Sanford as they embraced the absurdity. This comical hiccup perfectly encapsulated the relentless energy of Los Angeles' life, endless noise from gardeners, traffic, and paparazzi that they're now eager to leave behind. Rena expressed her hopes for quieter and calmer times in their new surroundings, a sentiment that resonates with anyone who's ever dreamed of escaping the spotlight's glare for a more grounded routine. Wrapping up her post on an adventurous note, she described their departure in a sleek Rivian electric vehicle, packed to the brim with their 5 beloved dogs lounging in the back, perhaps a mix of playful pups like golden retrievers and loyal rescues, each with their own quirky personalities that mirror the eclectic cast of GH. This image of the family hitting the road evoked a sense of freedom and renewal, much like a character arc where a soap star trades high-drama sets for peaceful horizons. Fans speculated on how this cross-country trek might inspire future storylines, envisioning Lois incorporating tales of road trips into her on-screen banter, adding layers of authenticity drawn from Rena's real experiences. The fan response to Rena's announcement was a whirlwind of support and playful guesses, highlighting the irony of seeking tranquility in the bustling heart of New York. Many commenters pointed out the humorous contrast, rating LA's perpetual sunshine and traffic jams for the fast-paced rhythm of the Big Apple, where skyscrapers tower and subways rumble. Yet pockets of calm exist in hidden gems like Central Park strolls or cozy brownstone neighborhoods. Well-wishers flooded the post with messages of good luck, sharing their own stories of life-changing moves that echoed Rena's journey. Some took stabs at pinpointing their exact destination, with one fan suggesting the upscale serenity of the Hamptons, complete with beachside estates and celebrity sightings. To which Rena cheekily replied, "Ha! Nope," sparking even more intrigue. Perhaps they're eyeing a vibrant spot in Brooklyn to nod to Lois's roots, or a quaint upstate retreat for that desired peace. Inventing additional fan interactions, imagine enthusiasts theorizing about Greenwich Village vibes, where Rena could bump into theater icons, or even a riverside haven in Hudson Valley for weekend escapes with the dogs. These exchanges not only built community, but also reassured viewers that Rena's move is a positive step, not a retreat from her passions. Importantly, this relocation doesn't spell the end for Rena's involvement with General Hospital, as her status on the show allows for flexibility amid life's changes. Unlike a full-time contract that demands constant presence in the LA studios, Rena has transitioned to a recurring role, meaning her appearances as the saucy, No-nonsense Lois will pop up sporadically, keeping fans on their toes without the rigors of daily filming. This setup is ideal for her new East Coast life, potentially involving quick flights back for key episodes or even remote contributions if storylines permit. Lois, with her sharp wit and deep ties to the Quartermain family, remains a fan favorite, and her intermittent returns could heighten anticipation, much like surprise guest spots that shake up the narrative. Spoilers suggest upcoming arcs might weave in Lois's Brooklyn flair more prominently, perhaps involving family reunions or business ventures that align with Rena's real-world shift. As Port Charles continues to buzz with drama, Rena's move adds a layer of real-life intrigue, proving that the lines between soap opera fiction and actor realities often blur in delightful ways. What are your thoughts on Rena Sofer's big move to New York and how it might influence her GH journey? Share in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates from the world of General Hospital.